Have you ever spent an entire day working, sending dozens of emails, attending meetings, and ticking off items on your to-do list, only to lie in bed at night feeling like you didn't actually accomplish anything meaningful? We've fallen into a dangerous trap. We've confused being busy with being productive. In the modern world, we are constantly connected, constantly reachable, and constantly distracted. We spend our lives in the shallows, responding to pings, scrolling through feeds, and doing work that looks like work but doesn't actually move the needle. But there is a superpower that is becoming increasingly rare, a skill that allows you to master complicated information and produce elite-level results in a fraction of the time. Cal Newport calls it deep work. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It's the state where your brain operates at its absolute limit. And in the 21st century economy, it's not just a nice habit to have. It is the ultimate competitive advantage. Think of your focus like a spotlight. Every time you check a notification or quickly peek at an email while working on a project, you aren't just losing those few seconds. You are suffering from something scientists call attention residue. A part of your brain stays stuck on that last email, making it impossible to give 100% of your energy to the task at hand. It takes an average of 23 minutes to fully get back into a state of flow after a single distraction. If you're checking your phone every 15 minutes, you are effectively working with a brain that is permanently semi-distracted. You are essentially trying to run a marathon with a weighted vest on. So, how do we fix it? How do we achieve 8 hours of results in just 3? First, you have to realize that you don't find time for deep work. You schedule it. You need to treat your deep work sessions like a doctor's appointment or a high-stakes meeting with your boss. You wouldn't pull out your phone in the middle of a meeting with Elon Musk. So why do you do it when you're meeting with your own future? Start by finding your deep work ritual. This means a specific time, a specific place, and a specific set of rules. Maybe it's 6 a.m. at a clean desk with a cup of black coffee and no internet. Whatever it is, make it consistent. Your brain needs a signal that says, okay, it's time to go deep now. Second, you have to drain the shallows. Identify the tasks that are easy, repetitive, and don't require much thought, like clearing your inbox or organizing folders. These tasks feel productive because they give you a small hit of dopamine, but they are actually shallow work. Schedule a specific limited window for these tasks, and don't let them bleed into your deep work hours. Third, and perhaps the hardest part, you must embrace boredom. We've become so addicted to stimulation that the moment we feel a second of boredom, we reach for our phones. But focus is a muscle. If you can't handle 5 minutes of boredom while waiting in line for coffee, you won't be able to handle 2 hours of intense focus at your desk. Practice being bored. Put your phone away. Let your mind wander. This strengthens your ability to resist distraction when it actually matters. Finally, you need a shutdown ritual. At the end of your workday, close the laptop, write down the tasks for tomorrow, and tell your brain, I am done. Deep work is intense, it's exhausting. You cannot stay in that state forever. To go deep tomorrow, you need to fully rest today. True productivity is as much about the quality of your recovery as it is about the intensity of your work. In a world where everyone is distracted, the person who can focus is the person who wins. You don't need more hours in the day. You just need more depth in your hours. It's time to stop swimming in the shallows and start going deep, because that is where the real growth happens. That is how you get better daily. If you're ready to reclaim your focus and master the art of deep work, hit that subscribe button. Let's build something meaningful together. I'll see you in the next one.